Hey, what's up there, guys? I know you can't really see me in this light sucks. I mean, the light's too good behind me, and I can't really get this any other way here. Let's just see if that works a little better there. Yeah, that's, look at that bum. Alright, so let's get this all fixed up here. Alright, so I thought I would do a little something different today. I'm gonna make a guitar video, because I've never really done a guitar video. I mean, I've posted songs and shit, but I've never really made an actual video on, like, how to do shit. So I thought I would do that today. But as usual, I want to advertise my BitConnect link, so it's in the description, and fucking go make some money doing that shit. And here, I thought I'd teach you guys a little something new on guitar that you might not know. I mean, sure, some people like to mess around with alternate tunings and whatnot, but some don't, or maybe some do, and maybe they want a new tuning that they can use. And this is kind of one of them tunings that I came up with, because if you're familiar with the drop D tuning, where you can tune your low E string down a whole step, and you're able to make power chords, with just barred open strings, barring one fret, rather than having to do this deal. But what I wanted to do is the tuning that I've been using for my newer stuff a lot the past year, or I guess, or so. In this newer tuning I developed, I wanted to make it so that you could do open or barred power chords on not only the low E and the A strings, but also on the A and the D and G strings. But now when you do it on the low strings, if you add the D string in, it adds the second of the chord. So if you want to make it to where it's not a second chord, you have just a third, you can add the third by going up a fret, up a step on the D string. Right. So that's kind of what I've been using here. So the tuning that I use is from low to high, B, and then I have F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and C sharp. So basically, you tune down from standard tuning, you tune down a half step, so you're in E flat. Then you'll tune down the high E string a whole step to match the D string. Then you're going to tune down your B string a whole step to match nothing, but it'll be in regular tuning with the high E string. Your G string you leave alone, the D string you leave alone, the A string you leave alone. So those are actually, I'm sorry, the A string, hang on, tune down the two high strings a whole step, and tune down the A string a whole step to match the G string. Sorry. Right? And then you tune down the low E to B. Right? It sounds a little out of tune because it is. I slightly make my low E flat, just slightly under B, because when you push down on a fret, when it's that low, the string bends a little too much, and it makes the note sharp when you push on a fret. So I just go slightly below B, but it's not too bad. It's not like unbearable. Maybe it is a little bit. So not only can you do weird chords out of regular chords that you're used to, like let's say you make an A minor chord, like the regular A minor position, it becomes a totally new chord now. So we have And let's say you do C chord. Ooh, see, now you're getting new chords out of old chords. It's got like a little flatted fifth in there. The A minor, that's pretty like a diminished kind of sound. But not only can you do this, but now you can make up new chords that you don't use in standard position. Like one of the main positions I use in this tuning is, remember I showed you the power chord in the beginning where you bar the two low strings, and if you add the D string it makes the second of the chord, or you can go up a whole step on that D string and make the third. But now you can also position your hand in a way where you leave the G string open, and a lot of these chords will sound good with that. But now you can also add your pinky onto the B string on the same fret that your ring finger's on the D string. I know it's bad lighting on here, but you'll know what I'm talking about if you play guitar. So now we have the barred two low strings. We have a whole step up on the D string, open G, and now our pinky's on the B string on the same fret, and we leave the E string, the high E string, open. So now we have. Now some of the chords, instead of having my pinky on the B string, I'll put my middle finger on the B string a whole step down. So we'll have kind of a seventh sound. So now I've been writing a new song, and that's the song I'll use to kind of show you how to use these chords. So there's another chord position where you just bar every string and put your middle finger down one fret higher on the D string, and you get this kind of jazzy sound. And I was doing this yesterday and I came up with a totally new song. Turn around when there's no one left here to survive. Turn around, looking up, and there's nothing you can do to lie. And here's that other position for the next part. Turn around, and there's no one left here and you try. Don't look back, and there's no one left here that you ride. And I'm gonna keep coming back when there's food on the table, there's mud on the truck. And that's one of those chords from the verse that I've added back into the chorus to kind of give you the hint that the verse is still there. It's still going to come back. So basically the position I'm using for this chorus is that same bar chord with the third and the open G and the B, pinky on the B. That position, which I used on the second half of the verse. And there's no left here. This is just like every string open except the D and the B on the first fret. It's kind of the same thing, but like a minor version. Look back, and there's no one left to look back. I'm gonna keep coming back when there's food on the table, there's mud on the truck. First chord, and I'm gonna keep coming back when there's food on the table, there's mud on the track. First chord, and now we're back back in the verse. Turn around, and there's no one left here to look back. Turn around, far back, and there's nothing you can do to lie. Turn around, other chord position, and there's no one left to try. Turn around, don't look back, and there's no one left here to run. And they're gonna keep coming back when there's food on the table, there's mud on the track. And they're gonna keep coming back when there's food on the table, there's mud on the track. Lift up the chorus. Lift up the chorus. That's basically just using that same chord position for almost every chord, except sometimes I switch my pinky with the middle finger, like I said. Top the car. Turn back, and there's no one left in to survive. They're gonna keep coming back when there's food on the table, there's mud on the track. And they're gonna keep coming back when there's food on the table, there's mud on the track. La da 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 da. That's basically how I write a song. I just come up with whatever chords I'm going to use, or I just sit there and make shit up, moving my hand around until something sounds good, and then the vocal melodies just kind of appear in my head. Or vice versa, I can make up a vocal melody and then come up with the chords around that, but it's easier for me to make up chords and then do the vocal melody around the chords. Let's say you want to make heavier songs, which you can do with the same kind of tuning, and that's the purpose of having the bar chords on both sets of these strings. Basically, you can do whatever you want in this tuning, and that's what I like about this. The only thing is you can't get the old traditional chords, like G doesn't sound very... I have used this, but I can't remember how. I used it a while back. But you can use parts of chords. It sounds nice together. But like, sometimes you just can't use traditional chord shapes. Sometimes you get an accidental chord that sounds nice, like...
Your mother's cooking and you said too much. You really lose it all. You know how, you know how, you know how it feels when you lose it all.
Basically, just you can use parts of chords and make nice stuff. With that low B, you can do a lot. I don't know. I really like. There's some chord positions you can make with unison notes, like in that song, that heavy song I just played. Like the G and the B strings. That's a nice thing you can do in this tuning, is take a regular minor bar chord, but instead of doing that, just take off the D string finger and have it barred with the A string finger. So just basically, instead of, actually both of them sound pretty nice, but so.
And all the mistakes that I've made with you,
the guitar video for the day. But that's a new tuning you guys can mess around with if you don't already, if you haven't already come across it. And BitConnect, go make some bucks and go make me some bucks. Yeah, the shit works. I'm telling you. Don't listen to them fuckers in Cubic's Friends group who call it a scheme. You know, it's not a scheme. I'm telling you, this shit works. You can withdraw your interest payments, or you can reinvest your interest payments, and this shit is great. Do whatever you want. The more you invest, obviously, the more you get back, and the quicker you get it back. You know, but if you only have a small amount of money to mess around with, then just invest a small amount of money, and you really can't go wrong, because they're not going to fucking rob you. It's not like they're going to run off and take all your money. Whatever you put in is what you put in, and you know, you don't need a credit card to do it, and that's the beauty of it. You use bitcoins, so you know, you're not gonna like wake up one day and find all your money out of your bank, because they don't have access to your bank. And whatever you stick in is what you stick in. $100 is the minimum. And like I said, man, you get it back. Everybody has gotten there. I have not heard one person complain about not getting paid. So, you know, and this shit's been around a year, maybe a little less than a year. I think it's been about a year, and not one complaint has come from it. So there's all the skeptical, oh, it's a scam people, but there are people that either don't use it or are just using it and are still afraid. But I don't know. I mean, like, if you want to check it out, do it. I do it, and a couple of my friends do it, and I think it's fucking great. So yeah, BitConnect, bitch. Wake up with some money in your fucking pocket. That's what I say.